Hello, Jesse Good here. Today we're taking a look at the LEGO DC Superheroes Batman Brother Eye Takedown set from summer 2018. 269 pieces, 3 minifigures, and it retails for $30 in the United States. So here is Batwoman, and the design of her is exclusive to the set for that torso, the nice red cape, which is a newer cape material, and an exclusive cowl/hair combo. I love this piece. This is just a fantastic piece. She also has a new Batwing, which you'll see the little accessory pack they included in here. If you take off the cowl, she has just pure white skin. I kind of wonder the story behind that, why her skin is just a regular white. Somebody in the comments probably knows. I'm not too familiar with DC superheroes. And you have an alternate facial expression right there. So here is Omok, and kind of like, I think it was Thrasher Batman from that $20 set. The design of this is a little bit undersized. I think he's supposed to be like a big figure or something, but I like this figure for what it is, and it has a nice blue to it, and this cool blue mohawk as well. You can see some back torso printing. Mohawk, first time we're getting it in blue. Power Blast in red, which is not common at all, and you could just kind of push those, and that's the play feature with them. And I love that creepy eye in the middle, and then eye just on his head. Very interesting figure overall. So here's Batman. His torso is from that Lex Mech set earlier this year, as well as that Poison Ivy set next year. He has this little Batarang right here and another Batarang, and that Batarang comes in the accessory pack we'll take a look at right after this figure. His cape is a newer style with some back torso printing, and his face print underneath is the same one from the Nightcrawler Justice League movie set, as well as the Lex Mech from earlier this year, which you can see his alternate facial expression right there with the cowl on. As for the accessories, they come in this little bag right here, and you can see there's a shield, some extra Batarangs, and even these little, I don't know, plates, flippers, whatever you want to call them, with a handle right there. I like getting them in this kind of bronze color, which is exclusive to the set, so that's pretty neat. Alright, so there's two builds of the set, and we'll start off with Brother Eye. The Brother Eye build is so weird, but in a good way. I like it. It has these three kind of spheres or points, or whatever you want to call them, at the side right here, which are bigger than the other ones, because there's also these two at the bottom, which are almost like claws or talons. Now underneath, and really the main play feature of the set, is this light brick, which definitely raised up the price, but once you click that, you can actually see a really cool pattern. And that pattern is almost like a technological chip, or whatever you want to call it. It's actually printed on this exclusive dish right here, which also has these printing on the top and bottom. And then this little red dish that goes on top kind of gives it an even more, I guess, a red hue that makes it more menacing in a way. Now, in my opinion, the light brick, while it is a cool little play feature, isn't really necessary and probably raised up the price a lot. Up top, the only other play feature with this, besides the posability, which we'll get to last, is this little stud shooter, which you just kind of shoot right there. Oddly enough, they only have a stud shooter on this side, even though they have a clip so that they could have put a second stud shooter, but they just kind of leave that clip open for some reason. I don't know, very odd design choice. Now, the Brother Eye build rests on these two talons at the bottom, and then these three right here actually have ball joint rotation with these mini ball joints. So you have them right at the bottom, as well as a clip to move the spear part, or whatever you want to call it. So you get a lot of articulation with that on each one, since they're all the same builds. Then these are just to position it and have it stand up, or whatever you want to do. Now these little antennas also can be rotated just a little bit because of how it's built. It's put through one of those modified 1x1s with the hole in the middle. You can move those as you'd like, but yeah, this doesn't really look too pleasant from the back as it does the front. And one last thing I want to touch on is that the light brick activation part is in a very awkward place. It's right at the bottom of the whole Brother Eye. Would have been easier if it was near the top. I guess in a way you can rotate it this way if you're just kind of holding it and then you want to press it. But if you want to have it standing up, yeah, you can't really press it very easily without knocking it over, because you're going to have to dig your hand down there. Either way, that's it for the Brother Eye build. Let's take a look at the Batwing. So here is the Batwing, and this is just a generic Batwing, which I actually don't mind, because it's not something that's overdone in this price range. We don't get too many cheap full Batwings, and I like how this came out. There's some little details on the side that just give it a little bit more flavor with these bronze accessory pack pieces on both sides. I do like the use of these pointy pieces right here with the rubber tips, which I remember were used way back when in that Crystal King set, but getting them in pure black is nice. Also, these stud shooters up top, which I just thought was kind of funny because they use this, gunmetal gray on them with a little bit of the shine. And that's just pure lead. Like, that's a bullet. It's not a translucent shooter this time. No, this is a freaking, like, cannon up front. And I thought that was kind of mature for Lego, so that was just kind of interesting. They had these two little artillery shooters right there, which are just for design. They're not, like, any play feature. And the actual cockpit has enough space for Batwoman. And I like this newer printed double cheese slope right there because they usually use the same one for the control decks over and over, so it's nice to get a newer print, which has some nice kind of green to it. You get a better look once you remove Batwoman right there. Also, they use another one of those accessory pack pieces, which is the same one that Batman was holding. Easily close the hatch. And on the back, they use the little Batwing pieces just to kind of give it a little bit more flavor. Other than that, you could move these little symbols up and down if you'd like. The bottom, it's pretty basic. It doesn't look too bad or anything like that. But yeah, overall, this is just a very basic Batwing for the size. And I don't mind that at all because we don't get many cheap Batwings. Let's take a look at the packaging and then the final verdict. Now it does have that $30 box size with some back designs to show the little play features. And instructions just have an ad with the other Batman set, as well as a Batman remote controlled or the app controlled Batmobile, DC supervillains, and also Lego Life. So overall, the design of the Brother Eye is so crazy. I actually quite like it, and the design of the Batwing is a Batwing. It's just the Batwing size I want. They always over-exaggerate the Batwing. They always put too many details. I just end up raising the price. This is perfect. It's sleek. It looks great. It looks like a Batwing, and I like it. The minifigures included are great for the most part. We got that new Batwoman, which has a new piece. It looks fantastic. We have that new Omok, which he has this really cool blue coloring to him. It's just Batman that's kind of boring. It's just the same old Batman. I think the one they used in the January wave would have been cool to get a new Batman variant, especially for a $30 set and maybe even another figure. But really what's bumping up the price, because it only has 269 pieces, is that light brick. The light brick feature is cool because it projects that kind of a technological design on it, but I think the light brick is sort of pointless, honestly. I don't know. I think that just raises up the price unnecessarily, and this is really a set that would be better at 20 or 25 in my opinion. And because if they didn't include the light brick, they could have had a little bit less pieces inside of that little part, and it could have been much cheaper. So yeah, just a little bit overpriced, but not such a bad deal. I say that $20 one from this wave, which is just a terrible build for some cool minifigures. And I rate this one a B. I actually really like this compared to some of the other DC Superhero sets, but as a whole, it's a pretty good set. So that's it for now. Hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll see you guys later. Peace out.